What is up, my dudes? Welcome back to Dudes Ascend, where we talk about how to elevate ourselves as men. Today we are starting our march to freedom. This is going to be an entire month of collectively helping each other to quit porn. If you are new to the channel, I began this channel with the purpose of helping others like me to quit porn addiction, to overcome this habit for good, because as I have been sinking into meditation and self-improvement, I realized that this was one of the biggest blocks and obstacles to self-growth and me really achieving my dreams, and has been for a long time in my life. And so what I want to do is use my experience with that to help others who might be struggling with the same thing. If you are not new, then you may have seen the 21-day challenge that the channel began with, and now we are extending that challenge into this month of March, of a march for freedom, and we're going to quit porn. Let's quit porn together. And this is going to be extending the challenge from 21 days to 30 days now. Before we jump in today, I want to make sure everyone right now hit the like and subscribe button if you are ready to take this journey, if you are ready to embark on your march to freedom. Make sure you help this channel grow, because by subscribing, by helping the subscriber list grow, by liking the video, you help this video get in front of more eyes, and that means hopefully helping more people, because I believe that this is a huge problem right now in the world. Okay, there's so many things going on in the world that are stressful, that are increasing people's baseline level of anxiety and tension and stress, from this like potentially new war starting in with Russia and Ukraine, to people still dealing with the pandemic and everything involved with that. A lot of people have still been reeling 2 years later from their job situation and their sort of daily life being turned upside down. A lot of people dealing with more relationship issues than ever. And what that does, when all of these compounding stresses begin to add up, the housing market crisis is another big one for me, that like my wife and I have been having the hardest time trying to find a new place to live since we moved out of our apartment. It's crazy right now. So what that does when these compounding stressors add up is if there's any kind of addiction or traumas present in someone's life, it really brings it to the surface, really intensifies it, really amplifies it, right? And that's certainly been true for me. I don't know if any of you guys can relate. If you can, comment below and let me know what has this journey been like for you. But because we know that so many people are struggling right now with mental health and with dealing with toxic patterns or addictions, I really want to help as many people as possible. So my short-term goal is to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers, and then we'll hopefully continue to grow from there. So hit it now and help me reach that goal. What will we be talking about on this march to freedom? Going to be doing a video every day in March, challenging myself right now to do that. And the purpose, we're going to be talking about everything related to porn addiction, right? It's a huge topic. So we'll be covering triggers. What are things that lead us to the habit? We mentioned a little bit about stress. What are underlying traumas or underlying causes, root emotional wounds that might be hiding underneath the addiction? And maybe if you've been already in the recovery process, you might be starting to become aware of that. But it is a long process sometimes of peeling away the layers of the onion. So we're going to be diving into that. We're going to be talking about helpful tips and tools to start not just quitting the one thing, but also building new habits and new routines that strengthen ourselves, fortify ourselves, help to create this pathway to freedom that's sustainable and doesn't just fall apart when the 30-day challenge ends, right? We have something that we can lean on, a new way of being. We're also going to be talking about books, videos, authors, other speakers that might be able to help and assist. I've come across a lot of great sources of assistance as I've been working on this for a couple years. So I'm going to be sharing some of those with you. And really, I'm hoping that this can become kind of like a community effort. So any ideas that you have on any of those things, tools, triggers, things to avoid, things that are helpful, share those in the comments section below anytime you're watching these videos, and it might be one inspiration for me for some things to talk about, questions that you might have of things that you're noticing as you are peeling away your own layers of the onion, as you are embarking on this march to freedom. What is coming to light for you? A community driven support system and a community driven sort of mission where we get to support and assist each other is really important in this process as well. Accountability is something that can really kind of give you that extra boost and motivation that sometimes we need to push through things that might feel extremely challenging. So if you are excited to take this march to freedom with me, let's quit porn together. We're going to quit the habit once and for all, because it's time. If you saw my last video about 2222 that I posted on that day, there's huge shifts happening in the world, and part of this chaos that a lot of us are experiencing is part of this sort of global change coming forward, and huge shifts in the collective consciousness, and we're all sort of seeing it on the macrocosm level, but we're also experiencing it internally in our own lives. And sometimes change creates chaos. It creates this unsturdy feeling of like, whoa, I don't even know what's happening. A lot of uncertainty, and that's when addiction can become really hard. So if you are excited about building new habits together and really embracing this huge momentum of change so active in the world right now, then make sure, again, like and subscribe right now to join me in this journey. Let's quit porn together. And also make sure you check out my playlist that I'm going to be putting right here at the end of the 21-day challenge that the video began with. You're going to see each day of that challenge I share a helpful tool or tip that has been helpful for me in the years of recovery. Currently, I've moved from someone who was acting out with porn and masturbation on a daily basis for a long time, years. I had been sort of in that rut of where it was something that I would do pretty much every day, and sometimes multiple times a day. And it really ingrained itself as a compulsive habit, and those can be the hardest ones to change. But in this past few years of me working on it, I've moved from that frequency to more of like a sort of like intermittent relapse kind of mode, where I might be going 7 to 10 days without it and then fall back and slip, or I might make it 21 days or 30 days and then fall back and slip. So it's a lot of like sort of one step forward or 2 steps forward or 5 steps forward and then a couple steps back. And so I say that to say failure is part of the process, or falling down, having slips is part of the recovery process. It's totally normal and really to be expected. So don't give up if you begin this journey and you fall flat on your face. Just get back up, start at day 1 again, and take notes. I recommend taking notes each time you have a slip. Take notes on what was happening before, what was I thinking about, were there any kind of stressors that came up, was it a financial issue that came up for me and I just wanted to run away from it, was it a argument that I had with my partner, was it I just had something to do that I wanted to procrastinate and it was an easy out. Take notes on those things, and what you'll find yourself building is a roadmap for success of understanding what leads you to this habit and what are things that also strengthen you. Man, I noticed that I did my meditation this morning and I felt great, and I almost like didn't even feel like doing it all day. Take notes on things that you do that do feel helpful, and check out this playlist, the 21-day challenge, to get yourself prepared for this march to freedom. And let's do it, guys. My dudes ascend. We are elevating ourselves as men. Let's quit porn together. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.